in an operating model, which is made of, we believe, 9 components. One of the most important ones, which from a visual standpoint, we put at the core of the entire operating model, is an effective interaction with the business partners. We have seen several transformations fail or not be as effective as they could be because of this incomplete or not very systemic interaction with the business. So in the book, Revolutionizing Business Operations, we offer in a very specific way 3 or 4 elements of this interaction with the business that truly, in our experience, made a difference. And actually, we have to say that a few big consultants reapplied this model from what we did, and now they recommend it to their clients. So this is in a way flattering, for us. That's. But shall we elaborate on?
Yeah,
on
let's
this
talk about
elements?
that, because you're right. At the heart of the book, where we kind of talk about the importance of staying in touch with the business, is this entire client management model. If you kind of step back to the basic idea that 2/3 of the competitive advantage for any given company comes out of its core products and services, and that 1/3 comes out of the agility of its operations, it then becomes logical to expect that those operations should be in service of those products, right? Because if the operations, if you took Amazon and the operations had no coordination with the actual, online purchasing and buying and shipping, then, obviously it's not going to work. So then the question becomes, what is the best way to engage with the actual business, whatever that might be? Within GBS, it could be business partners, or for IT or other functions, it is, the equivalent there. And Filippo, the model that you created, which, honestly, we reapplied from the best practices in the retail industry, is the answer. I mean, that is now the standard approach. And the way that it works is it's much more than a single point of contact from GBS or the operating unit into the business. The problem with many operations organizations is that they need to be embedded. They need to understand the priorities of the business, and they need to be able to actually craft and reimagine how operations can become a competitive advantage. In other words, if they wait for the business to say, this is what we need, and the business really doesn't know the complete capability of the operations organization, then it doesn't work. And so the insight that we had was to actually create a role, which we call client manager, that was full-time embedded in the leadership team of the business units themselves. Because then you're in the strategy conversation with the business, and if the business says, hey, look, I'm going to launch a new product in the next 6 months, the operating organization can say, oh, hey, by the way, these are new capabilities that we've developed in technology or marketing, and perhaps that can actually be an added juice to bump up the audience. And so that entire design has become so integral to moving up the operations organizations up the value chain that I don't think we can imagine an operating model that does not have a client at the core, isn't it?
And to your point, Tony, this person is not just a single point of contact. Yes. This person is equipped with a number of tools and skills. So you said seniority for one, yes, and profile, credibility in the business, but also joint business plans that
Yes.
we would do every year with a business. This is very, very profound because the intent is not to do the best we can, and then, hopefully at the end of the year, everyone will appreciate the work being done. But it is about being intentional. We plan at the beginning of the year a number of goals, a number of strategies aligned with the business. This is not a unilateral imposition from GBS or IT. This is the result of a dialogue.
Yeah.
So we propose, based on our business knowledge and understanding, what we think is important, is relevant for the business. But then in a dialogue, we solidify, we agree on a plan that if we deliver, there would be no confusion.
Yes.
That is a great year for all of us. And so this deterministic approach is very productive because it avoids any disconnect in perceptions. And plus, moreover, creates a strong interaction, a strong dialogue with the business. So this is one of the critical elements of the business interaction model that truly is made of human interaction, but also human collaboration, but also participation and work.